So goddamn, I'm about to start making these little journals or whatever. You know, on my rides to work. Goddamn, as you can see, I work for Amazon. Like, I got a YouTube channel. Like, one of the titles is like Zoe Thoughts, and I just talk about a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like sports, life, conspiracies, whatever. Got a podcast coming out with my bro called The Bros Podcast. Isn't that just original? But yeah, I'm gonna do a little of my own thing as far as just speaking my mind on certain stuff. My plan is to do this every time I'm at work because the time I got a station in Norfolk, but I gotta go to Smithfield and Surrey and Carrollton and all these places that's like 35, 40 minutes, sometimes even maybe 50 minutes away. So the only time I listen to music, I talk to my wife while I'm driving, but this time I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and just, start, I guess, I just want to call it journaling, because I notice I do it, when we all talk to ourselves from time to time, so I was like, why not, record it, shit, and nothing else to do. But, right now, I go out Carrollton. It's crazy, because Carrollton I've been out here so much, it don't even scare me like it did when I first got it. Man, something feel. When I first got out there, because as you can see, I'm black and I ain't know what to expect out there, but it's cool. They got the poor places and they got some big ass house places too, so it's cool for the most part. I've been out here so many times, I feel like, I might have to find a house or something out here, but not working at Amazon. So that's that. Well, my team, the Eagles, won, so I'm happy. The only time people don't come to work after the team win or whatever, case they had a Super Bowl party, whatever case like that. I just sat there and watched with my dad, spend some time. Because the funny thing is, he's a Commanders fan, so it's like, go figure. Shit is falling. You hear me? Man, my bro didn't put that thing up there right, but whatever. That game was belt to asses, and I say it like this: I didn't see that coming. I figured we'll win, but what it shows to me is, as great as Patrick Mahomes is, I don't want to say he needs help, but how they say the quarterback is the most important position, but at the same time, the quarterback is the most dependent position, because you're a quarterback, you can't have bum receivers. You can't have a bum offensive line. I mean, you can have like it's like it needs a lot for them to, do what they do. And also, we just rushed forward. I think we blitzed one time, and that was, I don't know, it was from Humble or stuff or whatever, but that's what happened. We blitzed one time. We got to him, he just got the ball out. So I think Quinyon Mitchell was playing off coverage or something like that. I don't know why he was afraid for it. I don't know if it's Worthy or was it Hopkins. I'm like, you worry about Hopkins run past you? Okay. But yeah, that was a beatdown. Like, you can see it on Travis' face. Patrick trying to smile. Like, I saw one time he kept smiling. I'm like, in my head, I sometimes had a little conspiracy, like, man, they want such and such and all this stuff and all that. And then they gonna build it up. Like, when we went up 24-0, I'm like, they gonna try to build it up and have them come back, like, the thing they did for Brady or whatever. But nah, none of that. I think it's time for them to put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name. Like when they kept saying about we gonna stop Saquon to make Jalen beat us. Is it me, or did y'all forget he almost beat y'all last time without a Saquon, without a defense like that? Granted, that defense had the most sacks, but sacks don't mean nothing when you still got to be on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends what kind of sack. Are they strip sacks? Are they called it turnovers, or they just sacks? Because you can sack somebody, let's say it's 1st and 10, you sack somebody, it's 2nd and 14. They can easily get that back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about no Madden stuff. Like, good ones can get that back. So when they were talking about the sack thing, then in that Super Bowl, we couldn't generate near sack, which is crazy because supposedly that offensive line wasn't as good. Supposedly. You know what I'm saying? So that always blew me. Excuse me. Yeah. Put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name because he's proven he wins. It might not be how you want it to look, but he wins. And I think that's all that matters. Like you said, just because I haven't don't mean I can't. I remember when he passed for all them yards against Kansas City. That's why when they were saying it, I was like, y'all do know he torched y'all last time. And then for all the people that were like, yeah, but he fumbled. I hate that narrative and the fact that like the mainstream media runs with it and everything is so crazy because me looking back on it, okay, so Eagles scored and then I'm trying to think did Kansas City score, but I'm not sure. But when he fumbled, it was the second quarter, right? And I've always been taught is turnovers don't beat you, it's when the turnover beat you, right? And so he fumbled in the second quarter. They picked it up, scooped and scored. Right? Okay, that's what it is, right? The very next drive, he drove down the field and scored a touchdown. So to me, that scoop and score, like that, no, they kept talking about that shift the momentum. How if we came right back down to score? Like, come on now, that doesn't even make sense. But the media, everybody just ran with it like, oh, but he had that fumble, that one mistake. Bro, it was in the second quarter. It won't even happen. Now, if that fumble happened in the third, I mean, like in the fourth, even the third, I'd be like, all right, I get what you're saying. But we still went in halftime up 10. And then, you know, they saying, yeah, but you would have had this and that. And then I'm like, with Patrick Mahomes, we seen what this man can do. So it's like 14 or 10, it's like, it really don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, hey, Jalen lost his focus, and dude picked it up, ran it in touchdown. Okay, but we still was in the game. You know what I'm saying? And then I ain't gonna cry about the whole, you know, they called the one call. The dude admitted he held him, but it be holding all the time in football. If you play football, high school, whatever, professional, college, the holding happens. That's what happens. Holding happens. So when I was just like, bruh, come on, like really? But it is what it is. I mean, you want to say you got a good bat? You can say that. I mean, Jalen made a joke, was like, yeah, it should have been the second one, but, you know, that's a joke. That's a joke. I mean, I'm glad he showed his humor side or whatever. But, yeah, man. I was excited, even though I ain't hit on none of my parlays because Saquon couldn't score. I was like, bruh, come on. Like, I was just like, come on. But, yeah. I feel like we as the Eagles built the last because, like, most of our good players on rookie contracts, small contracts. I hope they re-sign Braun. Like, that Braun, I hope they re-sign him. I know he gonna come in. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he might get us a discount. I don't know. But he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't see how they gave it to Patrick Surtain. Like, what? How y'all give it to that guy? And obviously I know not against Patrick Surtain. At one point I was like, trade Slay in a pit for Pat Surtain. That was me. I was like, yo, when Slay was getting cooked and stuff, I was like, okay, he old. Time for him to go ahead, you know. That was me. I was like, bruh, he's solid. You know what I'm saying? He's solid. But, like, I was just like, bruh, He ain't what he used to be. Nah, big play slick. Nah, bro. He ain't that no more. I was saying that shit quick. Trade him. Trade him for Pat. When Pat was like, you want to trade or something, trade him. But yeah, I don't think Pat Shanahan got defensive player of the year because he only had like 3 picks or something like that. Like I didn't understand how he got there. When Darrelle Revis got there and got it, I think Darrelle Revis got the player of the year. Like best cornerback season and stuff, and like he was really locking shit up. Him, Charles Woodson, a champ, like people like that. I didn't see that, and then their team wasn't that good. So it's like, how much was he really doing? And his team was, I'm gonna say they was ass, but they weren't as good as us. So, but they got a future with their quarterback Bo Nix though. My brother was talking about him. I was like, yeah, he might be. Nah, I think he's the 3rd best quarterback because you got Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and Bo Nix. They the rookies, right? Yeah. Like he's in that. I give him that. But man, that game was crazy. And my thing is this: the respect that I'm talking about. Like I can agree. We all can agree. Patrick Mahomes is the top person. You know what I'm saying? He's the top. I get that, right? And they throw Lamar and Josh and Joe and all of that. What I don't like is how come Joe's been holding on to that one time he beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, and they be like, Joe is this and Joe is that and all that stuff like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay. But every September this guy's like 0-3 or something. Like I don't get it. I don't understand it. Josh, he's had some good memorable moments, but they kept saying like, when he scored and then left 13 seconds and then Patrick Mahomes got it and Patrick Mahomes got in field goal range, went on overtime, Patrick Mahomes got the ball, they won. I'm like, okay, like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, I mean that's good, good stuff, but they all, but he lost. Lamar's never showed up against Patrick Mahomes, and it pains me to say that, because you want, excellence for black quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want excellence, and it's like he don't show up. Like, he do all this MVP stuff and all this stuff in a regular season, in the playoffs. It's like, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it blows me. And so I always put Jalen in that category with them. Especially just from their first Super Bowl. I was like, oh, he can go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. Now they didn't go toe-to-toe. He outplayed him. A lot of people say he outplayed him. The media, exactly. And like I said, they kept bringing up, yeah, but he had that fumble. Okay, that's what you want to keep staying on. But let's break down, the other 3. So, okay, let's start with Lamar. Lamar got these MVPs, right? And that's good and all. And like I said, I love black excellence. Quarterback, they said he didn't want him to play receiver and all that shit like that. I love it that he won MVP, so no, I can play this position. But in the playoffs, my man got dang be on some other stuff. Like, I don't know what it be, play calling, he cracking, I don't know. Mentalness or whatever, I don't know what it is, but he be cracking. It's like, he be like, what's going on? Then let's go to Josh. Josh just won MVP. I say you can say he deserved it, I guess, because he did much more with less. But my thing with Josh is, at one point, Josh had the team to beat Kansas City, right? But it was kind of almost his fault sometimes that they was losing. What I mean by that, remember, they was comparing Josh to like a Brett Favre, like straight gunslinger, just launching, like, you know what I'm saying? He now just started dialing the shit back, like not being too risky with the ball and turnover prone and stuff like that. He just now started doing that. So I remember one year, because I feel like it was 2020 when I think he was on the cover of Madden. If you go to that Bills team, roster-wise, they are stacked, especially defensively, because they had 2 safeties that's Pro Bowlers. Michael Hyde. Is Michael Hyde? I think Michael Hyde, and I forgot the other dude. They had a corner. They had two corners, Tyron Johnson, and I think, was it Ladarius White? That ain't the one that retired at halftime, right? I feel they had two corners. The linebacker, I guess it could have been shaky, but then they had Von Miller before Von Miller got washed. So he was another. So on each part of your defense, you had Pro Bowl caliber players, right? So he had the team. They on offense. Let's go on offense. Their line was decent. Their line wasn't trash. Their line was good. You know, they weren't all line, but their line was good. They weren't like the Bears line or some shit. And then you had Diggs. You had Gabe Davis, a good number 2. I think, was it Knox or Kincaid? They might be both. I know they had both of them. I feel like it was Knox was the one there first, and he was better. But they had a good tight end. And running back, more like running back by committee. So he had the team. So I don't understand when they be like, well, Josh never had a team. I'm like, no, he had a team. Players just didn't play up to what they were supposed to play up to. Like, that ain't our fault they don't play up. Let's go to Joe. Only thing I can give Joe is their defense is sorry. Their defense is sorry. Like, every year the defense is sorry. But offensively, he's had the tools offensively to do stuff. Because I remember it was Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. That's 5 damn near Pro Bowlers right there. You can maybe like be like, okay, Tyler Boyd, but damn, he's a good ass number 3. Like, you got Chase, because for real, T. Higgins to me could be a number 1, honestly. T. Higgins could be a number 1, so you really got 2 number 1s, and then you got Tyler Boyd, that's a number 3. And then you got Joe Mixon. We saw what Joe Mixon was doing with Houston. Joe Burrow had that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I feel like he had the weapon. So you have all that, and you still don't. Well, Joe beat him when he had all that. But the other ones had, you know, they stuff. I mean, Lamar. I mean, he had Derrick Henry this year, but the other years, I mean, Gus Edwards wasn't no slouch. Mark Andrews wasn't no slouch. I think they had Odell at one point. Odell was solid, I believe. I can't remember the other receiver, honestly. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So, but they defense, like they had Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, Hamilton, Humphrey. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had a defense. Like, their defense could help out, and he still didn't win. So to me, it's like, bro, y'all had weapons and had chances too, and y'all haven't capitalized like Jalen had. So to me, that puts Jalen either in that category or above them, because he did something that y'all didn't. Because like I said, even if you lose, don't let it be because of you, right? And then, like I said, our first Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes. That's why I was like, if we see him again. Because I remember Shannon talking about, see, when people see Patrick Mahomes, they see fear. That's the worst thing you can be, blah, 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 blah. And I'm around my quarterback. My quarterback don't fear nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you would see it on his face. Like, he don't get tight. He don't get, you know, work like nothing. So I was like, well, he ain't talking about my quarterback. He must talk about the other motherfuckers in the AFC. So that's with that. And then Cam Newton. Speaking of MVPs, right? So MVPs. So I get the award as far as like the individual. So the way he explained it, and in this video, y'all can like comment, y'all can, because I will respond to your comment. Like, I ain't like the rest of them, don't respond and stuff. As long as it's respectful, you know, we go back and forth debate, you know, I can get that. But keep, you know, we respect, we all grown or whatever the case may be. Well, I'm grown, whoever's looking at it may not. Keep it respectful, and then, you know, it's dialogue. That's all it is. That's all people do. That's what you do in the barbershop. That's what you do with your boys. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You agree, you disagree, whatever. We got down, you know, we can agree to disagree, or you might pray something. I might be like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. You're right. Or I say something and vice versa, or whatever. So that's the reason why I make these videos, honestly. Build my platform there, you know. And even if I get big, you know, to help y'all or whatever, I'm still gonna answer y'all goddamn comments. Right? I'm like, really? Okay. But yeah, Cam Newton, we all know Cam Newton 2015 was the MVP. He won 15 games, lost one in the Super Bowl, all that stuff. Remember he used to do the Superman jank, pull his chest out and all that stuff. And they asked on First Take, would you give up your MVP for a championship? And Cam was like, absolutely not. And I was like, and people, when I hear people say that, I feel like they're selfish. Now, before anybody go into like the whole, you can't count championships as everything. You only count championships when they're two greats. So when people be like, Robert Horry has 7. Let's get this straight. He wasn't either one or two top guys. Let me put it like that. Or the guy. So you can't say he has 7. Like you can't say he has 7, but he's better than Tracy McGrady because Tracy McGrady don't got none. Or you can't say he's better than, you know what I'm saying? He's better than KD. KD only has 2, but Robert has 7. You can't say that because Robert Horry was on the bus. KD was the bus driver, like Charles Barkley would say. So Cam was saying he would keep his MVP and that championship because he said, this is what he said, and y'all can find the clip and everything. He was like, when I MVP, that means I did my job. It's not my job to do all 11 people's jobs or some shit like that. And I was like, okay, I get it. But then I was thinking to myself, well, you're the MVP and throughout the whole season you're dominating, right? And you're doing the Superman jank and all that stuff like that. My problem with that was, so when you were doing that Superman stuff and dominating, I'm trying to think of the sorry team that was in 2015. I can't think of, I'm gonna just say like the Bucks that was in the division. I don't know, but like, or the Commanders, a sorry team, say you dominated them doing the Superman shit. Where the fuck was that Superman shit in the Super Bowl when you needed to be your best? You get what I'm saying? I feel like he dodged that because somebody like me, if I would have saw him at the Super Bowl jank having a conversation, me trying to defend my quarterback, I'd be like, well, bro, how you gonna say Jalen can't do this, can't do that, but you didn't even jump on the fumble in the Super Bowl, and that's the biggest game of your career. In hindsight, people could be looking at it and be like, oh, you got your MVP, and you was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I hope that's not it. Because like I said, black quarterback excellence. That's what I want. If he would have went out there and balled out and they just lost, I'm like, all right, they just lost. But in hindsight, it was your fault that they lost. So now, to me, your MVP don't mean shit. Like, for real, you can hold on to it and clamor it and all that stuff like that. But, bro, your MVP don't mean nothing because when the Carolina people needed you to be Superman, you wasn't Superman. You was just a regular quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You can sit there and say, oh, I was fatigued and messed up my mind. All the interviews and all this or that, bruh. At the end of the day, it's a game. And to me, it's like, I don't want to sit there and say Jalen Hurts is better than Cam, but it's pretty damn close. Because the only reason Jalen didn't win MVP because he got hurt that first year when he finished second behind Patrick. That's really the only reason. He was winning. He was leading the entire time until he got hurt. So, I mean, we can debate that and argue, go back and forth with that. But yeah, Cam been saying some real asinine, like, hey, are you hating on him? Like the tush push. Jalen got like, I think the most touchdowns for a quarterback or something like that. And Cam was like, yeah, I didn't need a tush push to do that. Well, bro, you 6'5", 250. Like, I bet you don't. Like, I mean, okay. I feel like, tush push, I ain't gonna say it's safer for the quarterback. I mean, I think it is, because it's like you're not really taking that hit of that much of a contact hit or whatever the case may be, but you running trying to get touchdowns. I mean, I seen this highlights and he getting flipped and getting hit and all that stuff. Bro, people are hitting you like you are a running back. So if you want to glorify it, cool. It was amazing. It was spectacular. It looked good. I give you all that. But you had that one winning season. Then after that, then what happened? I mean, he said he was hurt the next season. Okay. Everybody gets hurt. Why didn't you get back? People want to say that, oh, he took a bunch of nobodies. I'm like, I think Steve Smith won't own that team. I don't think. I think he had just left or something like that. But I remember Luke Kuechly being on that team. And Luke Kuechly was a hell of a linebacker at that time. Was it Julius Peppers was on that team? I feel like Julius Peppers was on that team. We know the freak Julius Peppers is. The receivers, yeah, the receivers kind of like, But Greg Olsen, solid tight end. I think Cam had, who was it, D'Angelo Williams and something Stewart was his running backs. So when they sit and say, oh, he took a bunch of, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And like I said, this is me coming off the top of my head. Some of the people might not have been up there on that team. I don't know, honestly. Like, y'all can look it up and y'all show me and I'm like, oh, okay. But to me, it's just like, he was just like, come on, man. Like, you better than that, Cam. Like, I get you try to be, funny and, hot takes and all that stuff there, because we all know hot takes, that's what sells. But for him to just be like, yeah, Jalen Hurts, like then he said Jalen Hurts, do you think he would have been, think about it, when you in the AFC, you hear Lamar versus Burrow, Lamar versus Patrick, Josh, vice versa, all that stuff like that. If Jalen was in the AFC, do you think he'd be getting to the Super Bowl behind his success? Now that right there just like, damn, you hating hard, bro. Like, that's like me saying, oh, if you was in the AFC, that means you would have never got to a Super Bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like that sounds hating. And then when you look it up, Jalen Hurts is like 14 or 15-1 against the AFC. So I'm trying to figure out, like, well, damn. He's 14-1. Like I said, I don't know if it's 14 or 15. I'm just gonna say 14. 14-1 against the AFC, the same AFC that you say he won't be able to get there, do what he's doing. Come on now, like, stop it. You're doing too much, Cam. Like, you're really doing too much, and it's getting to the point where it's like, damn, bro, you're not gonna let me go. Damn, lady, you ain't gonna let me go. Y'all really not gonna let me go? Bro, let me over. God damn. Let me tell y'all something about being an Amazon driver. So when y'all be like seeing Amazon people driving on the interstate and stuff, know that we can't go over a certain speed. Like, if the speed limit is 45, we have to go 40 or 44 or we get written up. So we driving slow to y'all, yeah, we're driving slow because y'all can be in y'all private car and drive as ever fast as we want to do. That's y'all. Y'all can do that. We cannot. Like, we get hit if we go over the speed limit and stuff. So be conscious of that next time y'all see Amazon driving all that stuff. Just go around them. You don't have to be no asshole about it or none of the shit like that. But back to Cam hating ass. So yeah, he talking about he wouldn't be doing all this, but he's 14-1. So I'm like, well, obviously, because we see the year. What year was it? So after he lost to Patrick in the Super Bowl, the following year, the Eagles had like the toughest schedule, like 5 games or something. Like, it was a stretch when it was like Dolphins, Bills, Chiefs, Dallas, 49ers, some shit like that. Something crazy. And so we saw him play against the Bills. He beat the Bills. He beat Josh Allen. We saw him, at the time, Tua was a top quarterback. We saw him smack Tua. We saw him play the Chiefs again. I think it was in Arrowhead? I think it was in Arrowhead. Beat him. So he beat Patrick Mahomes, he beat Josh Allen. That was that year. And before the collapse that happened. This year, he played Joe. Smacked him. He smacked Joe Burrow and the Bengals. He played Lamar. Smacked them. Y'all can go and look at the score, but you got to look at the game. Like, the game won't even close. He smacked Joe, smacked Lamar, and who's left? He just smacked Patrick again. So when you sit there and try to discredit Jalen, Cam, go do your research. You got all that money, hire a team, do your research. Actually watch the games or something. I mean, I know you probably busy or something, but go watch the games. And watch, because he's been smacking these boys. Like, stop playing. Like, but that's enough of Cam. Let's talk about the NBA trades. I'm just still in shock that Luka got traded. Mind you, I didn't know. I thought Mark Cuban still owned the Mavericks. They were like, nah, he sold it. I was like, damn. Once we knew that, we should have known that, oh, this shit might be something else. Like, as much bad defense that Luka plays, I'm still not trading him. And then what makes it bad now, like, they traded him right for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is injured right now with some abdominal injury. I'm like, see, like, that's what the Dallas fans was not. That's why they was upset. They was like, bro, you gonna trade him for an older superstar that gets injured just by sneezing on him and stuff? I get their frustration. It's like, bro, like, well, yeah, when Anthony's on the court, you know, he's there. But when it's like, you just traded Luka for this guy, I don't understand. I really don't. And then you got, as much as you got bigots and idiots like him that be saying crazy shit, you got a guy like Gilbert Arenas that say the same ignorant shit also. And it's like, damn, for you to be so smart, you say the dumbest stuff. Like, I'd be like, bruh, don't nobody check this guy? And it'd be so funny, because we may make a point, he'd get on his phone, and he'd be like, and then I think Rashad big-headed ass, I ain't know that nigga head was that damn big. That shit is crazy. But he like, look at him, stat man, look, he looking up stats and stuff like that. And it's like, come on, Gil. Now Gil was like, Luka, who don't play no defense, took his team to the finals. First of all, let's break down how they got there. So, first round, they played the Clippers, right? Without a healthy Kawhi. He tried to come back, he won't healthy. Whatever. What I know is Luka has not beaten Kawhi when Kawhi has been healthy in the playoffs. That's a fact. So they beat the Clippers. Then they play, who they play? OKC? Okay. The team that Luka had was fitted for him as far as, because it was him and Kyrie, but they had two wing defenders in PJ Washington, DJ Jones, Derrick Jones. That's defenders, because most teams don't have like multiple superstars for the most part. So what ended up happening is they played the Clippers, right? Luka could rest. Now when you get him to rest, that means he don't have to do nothing, right? Rebound, all his energy goes into offense. Rightfully so. Hell, they even had Kyrie playing defense, but I knew Kyrie could play defense, so that rather he don't play defense, I don't feel like that's not justified, because he does play defense. Because matter of fact, he was guarding Harden. I feel like it's like I don't want to say a personal thing, but it's just like one of them things, because I seen him do it every time he match up with Harden. It's like he like, nah, I got Harden type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, he really want that matchup. Okay. And then, you know, you had Derrick Jones on PG and PJ Washington on Kawhi, and, you know, when Kawhi wasn't dead, it was somebody else. You know, it was easier for Luka. Then the next round, they play the Thunder, right? I believe it's the Thunder. The Thunder literally only have one person. Granted, I'm not trying to down there Jalen Williams, because this year Jalen Williams has been like that. He was still ascending last year. But it was SGA. And when you have two wing defenders that 6'7", 6'8", you know, long, strong, to bother SGA, now, you know, the Thunder offense suffers. And like I said, now Kyrie can rest because he don't really have to guard nobody, for real, and Luka rest. So now you got two offensive gifted motherfuckers that can score with the best of them resting, right? Okay, so then the next round they go against the Timberwolves. Was it Timberwolves? I believe it was the Timberwolves, right? Go against the Timberwolves. They go to the Timberwolves, and they have Ant and Cat. Now, in this situation, if it was the Cat that's playing for the Knicks now, they would have did better. But I feel like, excuse me, they played it wrong. Like, Cat was playing like a pussy. I ain't gonna say it. I don't like saying that, but that's what he was playing like. Like, I was like, you supposed to be posting up and punishing PJ Washington. Cat, you're 7 feet. PJ Washington, you 6'7", 6'8", something like that. And Ant-Man, you know, he's still young, but they ran a lot of stuff toward him, and then he had to guard either Luka or Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Not noticing how much of a taxing, energy draining that is. So he's tired. So who else would give him some points? You would have thought like Nas Reed would have, you know, been better or whatever, but you know, He's starting to come and go sometimes. But so when they got to the finals against Boston, I was like, it's either gonna be a sweep or it's gonna be 4-1. And I was like, it's simple matchups. With Boston, you have everybody on the floor can score, right? When you hear that, you're like, everybody on the floor can score. Everybody on the floor can score, shoot the three, like, and defend. So think about it. All three of them things, right? So when you got Dallas, and what they were doing was just funnel him to Gafford or Lively or something like that, it made it look like, oh, Luka's playing good defense when he's really not. He's just in the game plan. But then the problem was, going against Boston, you got Porzingis who's 7'3", he's a shot blocker, and he can hit the three. Then you got Tatum and Brown, all your forwards, who normally be like a shooting guard and a small forward. They're your two forwards. So that's 6'9", 6'7" right there that can shoot, defend, all that stuff. Then you got Derek White and Drew Holiday. Both of them can shoot the three and defend and score. So in hindsight, where are you hiding Luka? You gonna put on Porzingis? Porzingis, I think that first game went off. Had like a dub, I think. He went off on him. Right? So where you gonna hide Luka? Now granted, Luka's still gonna get his stuff because it's Luka. But he gonna have to work for it. And it wore him down. That's exactly what ended up happening. He got wore down. Same thing with Kyrie. When Kyrie get a switch or something, well, you switch it, you had Drew Holiday on you. Now you got Derek White. Now you got Jaylen Brown. Now you got Jason Tatum. That was wearing him out. Because now they switch it on him, but he's technically the smallest one out there. Now he has to guard them. So both of them getting worn out. So offensively, they don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just a matchup thing. So that's why I was just like, Gil say, well, he was playing defense. Nah, it failed for him to get to the finals because the way the Thunder was put together and all the other stuff. But that thing, it's good getting this out. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I just be doing it anyway when I'm just by myself. So I might as well just record myself doing it. So this is going to be like a little trend I start doing when I work and stuff. Maybe if I'm not working one day, I might do it. I don't like doing stuff when I'm at home because that's family time. Normally time I talk to my wife and me and her be talking the whole time coming to work. But she sleep, so, I'm just going to start doing this, put my thoughts out. So if you like the content, you can subscribe. All that other shit that people be saying that I don't know yet. I'm just getting used to it. Comment. I read your comments and we'll go. So I'm at my first stop and I'll holler at y'all later.